We've got everything
Booyah.
to make this swap possible. So hopefully, with these guys' help, we are going to get this swap knocked out today. It is a very quick swap.
What?
I know.
Are you talking
to yourself,
about?
Case. You're thinking, there's no way we can get this done today. But I'm here to tell you, we can. I've got cigars for you.
Sweet.
Smoke the dude, for the last time, quit calling me a cigar. Okay. Good morning, everyone. We're getting ready to head to Mark's for some wrenching on the RS because Subaru supports Subarus. So we're gonna take Dave's beautiful WRX and beautiful-ish. Smells like pickles a little.
And that's why we named it Pickle.
All right. Yeah, so we're gonna hop on some pickles and do the bad thing. And
on some pickles or hop in pickles?
hop in the thing.
On in.
Do it, yeah. Hey, whatever y'all. Yeah. So we're gonna go wrench on the RS. Why don't you come with? Hey Dave, what's that on your dash?
That's tub of towels. Because not only do they make a great cleaner, they're a fantastic air freshener.
I can attest to that because it smells real good in here.
And sometimes, if I'm on a date, I'll stick some of those.
Oh my god, eau de toilette. That's what that is. Yeah.
And
This is a great vibe right here. You got the boost gauge up on the dash, the tub of towel, and just snow-covered road.
I just messaged you.
Me?
Both of you.
Oh, we were busy shooting the show. Are we good to walk on the concrete?
Yeah.
On the concrete.
What's up? What's up?
Subaru stuff, dude.
We out here at STI as well.
Hell yeah.
What's up, fellas?
It's cold.
good to be doing race car stuff.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, fine.
Some fucking race car shit.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Good.
So I guess this requires an intro, even though you got one. Hopefully you watched the last video and you understand a little bit about what's going on here. So today, we've got Casey and we've got Dave, and we have a 2000 Impreza RS that is currently 2006 WRX swapped. You can tell it's got the red brakes, got the 5-speed. It's got all that junk that, you know, it's good for the most part, but we're gonna level it up because it's race car time. So we have this nice 2006 STI 6-speed. We have an iWire 6-speed DCCD controller. We have the Brembo brakes with knuckles and all that good stuff. We have the R180 diff. We've got axles. We've got a drive shaft. We've got everything
Booyah.
to make this swap possible. So hopefully, with these guys' help, we are going to get this swap knocked out today. It is a very quick swap.
What?
I know.
The fuck are you talking
to yourself,
about?
Case. You're thinking, there's no way we can get this done today. But I'm here to tell you, we can. It is that quick. I've already have the transmission already unbolted. I've removed the intercooler. That stuff is already loose. I've got the drive shaft out. I got the exhaust out. We'll unbolt the diff. We'll unbolt the knuckles. We'll bolt the new knuckles on. Everything's all a bolt-on thing. So we'll get all of the hard parts in and done today, in the next few hours. I know it doesn't seem like it, but it's possible. So follow along with us and we will make it happen.
So here's the difference between Mark and Dave and me. These guys can get shit like that done in a day. Me, on the other hand, not a fucking chance. So the concept that we can get an entire fucking drivetrain swap done, pretty much, in...
You're working on the wrong stuff. I'm sorry. Like,
fuck you, dude. Small block Chevys? Come on, man. I bet we could... It doesn't fucking matter, okay?
You know what, though? If you had everything... You're not even pointing that at me, I don't think.
It's insane. You're dead center of the shot when you said that.
So, anywho...
Fucking talk about my...
If you had everything available to you to do the swap, you would have swapped your stuff sooner than what it took you, right?
Yeah. Right.
Because you do some stuff, you order some stuff.
Yeah, just because you do the Lego Japanese stuff, dude.
I just went ahead and ordered everything.
Put together well.
And then we'll just knock it all out at once because we have everything.
The great thing about those Brembo brakes is they also fit the same pads my Mustang does, and my Subaru.
Oh, so you're saying... Oh, wait. Your Subaru's too new, I think.
16,
Okay, so yeah, your brakes are the same as my brakes.
So we can trade brakes, see which ones we like better.
I've got factory crap now. We're gonna have to do some upgrades to this after we get the swap done in the future because, like these bushings right here, Casey and I swapped out.
Hey, we did do that.
We did these bushings. We're gonna have to do those again, obviously in the rear because I don't want that crap moving around.
Yeah. So, if you remember how Mark drove this vehicle before, he's going to have even more freedom to do that now. So, we were talking on the way here. He has almost no care for his own well-being. So, this car is going to be a rocket ship. And...
Hey! 4-piston Brembos now.
No, you're totally right.
I'm doing safety
Right.
upgrades.
That's true. You're totally right.
I didn't have brakes before.
But I know how your little frickin' brain works, and I know that just means that you're gonna carry more speed.
Because I can stop better.
Right,
And Dave's
yeah.
got good brake pads for me,
All
so
of
it's gonna
the-
be okay.
All the stakes go up, but you guys are gonna get to watch it. And this thing is going to decimate all. No. I'm calling it right now. This thing's gonna wreck ass. I should probably bleep that. I don't know. I don't know.
No, it's 3 letters. It's you bleep the 4-letter ones.
Right.
You don't have to bleep.
Actually,
3
isn't
and 5.
that
It's
in the
fine.
Bible?
It is.
Ass?
Ass.
Dude,
It's-
send it. I'm good.
Because
Donkeys.
donkeys.
Bingo.
Yeah.
See, and now we're religious teachings now too. So, all right, Subaru stuff. And anyways, this
That's
thing.
what we do around here.
Did you know Moses drove a Honda?
What?
I can't remember the rest of the joke. It's something about it.
Rodriguez, right? Moses Rodriguez.
I was thinking about Moses.
This is like the two Muppets.
All of the
This is the two Muppets.
We don't need to talk about this right now.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about this beautiful derelict of a JDM legend right now, I guess.
93 right-hand drive RX-7 with currently no engine.
Should have brought tub of towels.
Yeah, I don't have any of those.
You know who does?
That's rough.
But we're working on this.
Yeah, but
We don't need to go down.
we don't need to go. All right, let's turn this thing into an absolute killer. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Starting now.
Good Lord.
I'm not sure. I
Holy shit.
don't think it's got enough stink.
It needs more cheese whiz. Hope you didn't like your rotors, Mark. Jesus, Dave. Aha! Booyah! Nice.
Okay, so Hatchet doesn't work as well as we were hoping.
But it does look tremendously cooler. I bet there's some Scandi dudes somewhere that are like, that's bullshit! Mark, you got that 19 on that? Okay, how do you take the fucking rest of this parking brake situation?
Now, you gotta take this spring and pull it back, and then pull the nut forward and unhook it. You flip it over, you can see there's a notch on the backside right here.
Okay.
So you take that back, pull up and forward. Nice. Just unclips, then you can pull the cable out. And that, super drum brake assembly.
Nice. Neato. Okay, just bring it back before I take this dip out.
Okay.
You only got 2.5 minutes on that clip.
All right.
Start a new one. Just hit that top button.
Sorry for the close-up here, but Dave is going to be converting the front shocks to run the STI hubs. So I bought these Fortune Auto, because that's what brand my coilovers are. This is the bottom mount for the STI. You can buy it's $100 for the pair to convert everything to the STI suspension. So the reason you need to do that is because if you look here at the WRX stuff, this is the STI mount, and the hole spacing is completely different, and it's way loose side to side if you look here. So, see that? Way better. That fits perfect, and that's why we're doing it right there. So, perfect.
Boom.
Got the diff out.
Diff out. Those bolts were way longer than I thought.
Yeah. The studs from the WRX into the STI.
Okay. So lock nut, spin them out. Yeah.
Yep, so I already got double nutted. Just take this one, back it out. You'll be able to pull the stud out like that.
Okay. All right, little pup date here. Got the differential out of the back. And the that's crazy. This is bananas. Sorry, I just processed.
What has it been, like 30 minutes? Maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Something like that, 30 minutes. We got all 4 of the hubs are off, all 4 brakes are off. We got all 4 axles out, we have the rear diff out. Dave is working on the strut conversion to convert it from the WRX spacing to the STI spacing. Casey is working on getting the studs out of the back of that diff. So because we're using the TSS Fab tubular rear subframe,
Rad.
you take the bolts straight out, and then
Studs out.
sorry, you take the studs all the way out of the diff, and then you actually just use the bolts from TSS Fab, and they thread right in the back of the diff. So that'll all bolt back together, and then we're about ready to pull the transmission. It's already all unbolted. I did that a while ago. That's all good to go. The flywheel, you can actually use the same flywheel, I believe. I have a different one here. We have this is a competition clutch. It's like a stage 3. It's the Kevlar, like, you know, multifaceted disc here, whatever. It's secondhand, came from the person I got this STI swap from, so I figured I'd just use it so I don't have to spend $700 on a new clutch.
I know that, man.
Yeah. So we'll do that. We'll throw that in after that transmission is out, and then we got to get this hulking pile up into there. That's going to be the biggest problem. This transmission weighs 125 pounds more than the WRX transmission, so it's a significant difference in weight. So, yeah, that's why we had here today.
That's like
Otherwise, I probably would have done this myself.
That's like a diesel transmission. Honestly, that's huge. That's bigger than the one that came out of the Jeep by like a landslide. And that was the heavy. That was like the NV. That was a heavy duty trans.
What's the point? Why you spend the extra money for the STI and then you do the WRX? Well, it's because everything you can see a size difference between the R180 rear diff and the R160. So this is the WRX, that's the STI version.
Yeah.
Everything is
That's a
just
clear difference.
hulking, like way bigger when you go to the STI. It's
Like, I one-armed this guy out. I will not be one-arming that guy in.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to take the paper towels and crap out of that one. We have the second-hand axles over here. We're going to grease those up and stick those in. I think a couple of them have torn boots, but for what we're trying to accomplish, trying to get this STI swap done, I'm going to go ahead and stick them in with the torn boots, and then later on down the road, I'm going to pull the axles out because it doesn't take very long.
Dave is fighting the urge to make a joke about torn boots right now. Sweet.
Conversation on the way here about torn stuff.
Yeah, we did.
So
that's true.
The other cool part about this one, as you guys probably already know if you're watching this video and you know about STI swaps at all, this has a variable center differential. So we'll be able to move the power from the front to the rear and vice versa. So we'll be able to send up to 30% or 70% of the power to the rear and 30% to the front. So if we want to do some cool drifty stuff at the track, we can do that. Yeah. So
I'm shocked by how big this transmission is.
to do that, we have this beautiful iWire DCCD controller with, just take a good look at that right there.
Ooh.
If you guys are interested in this, you really need to check out their website, iWire. Amazing iWire services here. There's their Instagram handle, their Facebook, all that good jazz right there.
Right there. Booyah. There it is. Yep.
So go check them out. They have everything plug and play for if you're anything, you have a GC and you're doing a swap, or if you have anything. I mean, anything Subaru related, you need a wiring harness. I'll bet you they have it.
If you're doing something sexy with something like this, they're probably the people to contact.
These are beautiful kits. Obviously, they use all the factory type connections. Everything is really well done, beautifully done. So this is going to make our STI swap way easier.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
the reason we need this kit here, a lot of the plugs in the WRX transmission are exactly the same. So you have a speed sensor that will actually send the speed to the gauge cluster, right? Then you have the wires for the DCCD controller. So the STI just has a couple more wires than the WRX. So in order to you get this here, and everything converts just by clicking together. It takes a couple of pins out of here, puts it over here, and it just makes it 100% plug and play. So you don't have to think about it even a little bit, and then you can just wire up this.
Which is so nice.
Right here, put some power to that box, and you will be doing some all-wheel drive skids in no time.
Booyah.
So,
Hell yeah. Alright. Oh yeah, update. It's still snowing. Supposed to snow for the next few hours. That's crazy. I cannot believe that we tore all this out. Like, there was only 2 things that were loose. And yeah, like 2 bolts that were loose, and the rest of it, like, we tore it all out in like 30 minutes, not even.
yeah. So then you guys will see, once we get the WRX transmission out, we'll start showing you side by side the WRX trans versus the STI trans, and I also have some pretty cool goodies for the STI transmission as well, as far as mounts and things like that. So we'll be able to swap some of the stuff from the subframe over here onto the STI stuff, and I have some other stuff in this cool box here.
Shut up. Don't go.
So we've got all new axle nuts, we've got all new drive hardware, we've got all new, everything. And a brand new Group N STI mount, because these are the only way to fly when you're going STI. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bar. Alright. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna need a towel.
Oh, I made another hole in my hand, kinda. Just barely.
Dave.
Filled it with dirt though.
Have you done this upgrade yet?
No, but I can feel when I shift sometimes. I can feel the back end of my transmission moving, and it's pretty frustrating.
That's probably just like the...
So what you need to do is get you one of these.
So I've been thinking about getting all transmission bushings and engine bushings, and then the shifter, because
Have you done a pitch stop mount yet? Dave!
Dave!
I spent $1,500 on a clutch. Yeah.
That's hard.
And then I bought a big ass turbo and wastegate and
Yeah. I will say, Dave is doing the Lord's work right now.
Of the car stuff, Dave is most definitely probably putting out more than we are.
Yeah. loud. Let's try to be cool. Yeah, those will put you on your face.
Imagine if you have some DT70s on here.
Don't say something like that, Dave. Yeah.
So excited about that.
Mark, do the thing.
Okay, so we were going to continue with reassembling the rear end here. We're pretty far along because we got the rear differential in. We still need to do the hubs. We found an issue which has prevented us from really going any further with the rear end. So when I started taking apart this rear end here, I noticed that this wheel bearing is completely toast. So Casey called O'Reilly's. We're going to get a couple of those shipped in, and we're going to go ahead and replace both of them. It's always a good idea to replace your wheel bearings in pairs because the chances are if one's gone, the other one's on its way out. So these do require a press, and they are also bolted together. So there's 4 bolts on the back side of the hub here that take that. You just press this center shaft out here, and then the hub will come out, the bearing on the back side. So got 2 of those on the way. We're going to go ahead and proceed with getting the 6-speed transmission installed because that's going to be the hardest and biggest part of today. Once that is in, then we can start piecing together this wiring harness here. There's some pretty cool stuff here that we're going to show you in a little bit with that. It uses all the OEM switches and all the OEM locations and stuff as far as like indication light. There's a couple of roller switches for the diff controller and all that stuff. So we'll show you that in a little bit. But for now, let's start getting the 6-speed in. Boot off. Thank you.
Okay. Ooh. This thing's a fucking monster, dude. What the hell?
So, if you guys saw the Gc8 transmission mount upgrade video a while back, if you haven't, you should go check that out because we're doing the exact same thing right now, but this time we're doing it to the STI 6-speed. The mounts are a little different, so I did get a different bracket. So we have the brand new Group N 6-speed. Like, this is a harder durometer rubber. So you can see this one here is super flexible, right? This one I cannot move by hand. And anybody who knows me knows that I have pretty strong hands. So
Yeah, gorilla hands. It's stupid and irritating.
that just bolts straight in there like that. This is one of the best upgrades you can do. Hands down, bar none. It changes the feel of your car more than anything else.
Yeah, and if you underestimate how much a bushing can change the feel of your vehicle, you obviously haven't done a whole lot of bushing replacements because it's pretty astronomical.
And the reason I went this way instead of like the competition, like hard polyurethane mounts, because this isn't poly, it's a hard durometer rubber. So the reason I went with that is because this is a little bit more daily drivable. It's a little bit better, less shock transfer. You know, the full poly stuff, you get so much NVH, like the noise volume going on inside of here. It's really obnoxious. So opted to go with this one. I've got it in the Legacy. I've had it in this car before. This is my go-to is the Group N mounts. They're pretty inexpensive. They're really good upgrades. So we will buzz back down. Now, even when this is inside the car, it is a super easy upgrade. I mean, you guys saw what I just did there. These 2 bolts right here, that's the only thing. You take this one, and then these 4 here. This whole plate comes off, and then you can swap that mount on. Honestly, you guys can do this in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, if you just, even on jack stands right here in your own driveway. So, very, very worthwhile. Alright, so I went ahead and took this back off because now that I got it oriented, I bolted it to the actual subframe. Took it back off so we have a little bit more room dragging the transmission underneath the car, because that is going to add, you know, 6 inches to the back half of this transmission. It might be kind of nice to have it be able to pivot around a little bit and not having these wings in the way. So the next upgrade we're going to do, because these look like they should work, there's these positive shift bushings right here. So these are actually poly, and these are again a white line kit that I got a while back that I used for the 5-speed. The way these mount is two 14 mils here. Then this plate comes off. Okay. Then we have this bad boy up underneath here. You can see we were actually missing something, I think. This should have a second bushing here. So we'll take that one off. We've got this guy, which is this one. This slides right up in there. This guy goes right there. Put this back on. These bolts in. Yeah, because that should have two. I don't understand why it didn't.
Yeah, and that one's all blown out.
Yeah. So, you see, that's pretty easy. Just sandwiches right in there like that. You get those nice layers. And that really, really helps as well. So then we'll go ahead and do the last one here, which is exactly like the last one. This one comes out. And then you've got these bushings here, which are very soft rubber. These ones again are very hard polyurethane. So we'll go ahead and put that in with the sleeve here. I think this kit here is like 40 bucks, and honestly it is like the best 40 bucks you could spend. Really helps things from moving around a lot. You get really clean, smooth shifts. Everything's way more positive engagement. I promise you, you guys will like it. Sweet. So that's all modified and ready to go. We can go ahead and put this transmission in.
Sorry, that's just hilarious. How you doing, Dave?
That's the best 40 bucks you can spend on your car, by the way. Right there. These bushings right here.
Oh, yeah, because, by the way, if you hear Mark and Dave talking about... That's why, that's Dave's.
If you lift up on the back of the transmission, it'll slide out better because
Hold on, the fucking shifter's stuck. There we go.
there you go, there you're out.
Okay. Going down now. Okay. Good. Let me set her straight down.
Switch that clip, hold on.
We're good. Hang on. Push it my way a little bit.
Drove really nice on this clutch. Yeah.
There's a whole 2 weeks to have it.
For the 11 miles I drove it on this clutch. All right.
You think it'll slide under?
It might. It might if we just tip it on its side like we did the last one. All right. So we're gonna clean this up with some Sensol. This clutch doesn't look that old. What do you think, Dave?
Good.
Looks pretty good, huh? Doesn't look like it was in the car very long.
You gotta get this thing out, right?
Yeah, so check this out, guys. So you take this little cap out the side, there's a rod in here that will slide out.
I always stick this 8mm bolt in there and just slide it out, pull it out.
Yeah, that's what's gonna have to happen. So that pin comes out, just thread a little 10mm bolt in
Drop
there.
my nutsack on the shifter. Literally just barely pushed a testy. Okay.
So Dave's done this a lot. This is my first time working on an STI. So this end of the shaft is actually threaded, so you can take something with a 10mm head and you can thread that right in there. and then you're able to get a flathead behind that, and that'll help you pop that shaft out. Once you pop that out, now this clutch fork will move around. You can actually remove it completely. So this will end up clipping on to this bad boy right here.
Like
The other way,
So, oh yeah, probably the other.
like
that.
so.
Yeah. Don't listen to me. So yeah, just like that.
Okay.
I've got cigars for you.
Fuck out of the cigar.
Smoke the fuck out. Dude, for the last time, quit calling me a cigar. Sorry, that's one of my favorite jokes of all
It's so
time.
attractive and make me want to.
Want to smoke a cigar?
And I'm nauseous. Hey, guess what? This is heavy. Right back end is coming up. Okay. Don't push yet.
That was kind of exciting.
That was fun.
Give me one more pump and then start shot.
I think we're
I think
on
we're
something
hard
pretty hard. I'm gonna back it off just a little.
Yeah. All right. Now that I'm under here.
What are you doing?
I can't because it won't go in because it's in the way.
Did it spin?
So now we got the transmission in, the subframe is all bolted up. We're putting the drive shaft in. With the STI, it's actually a 2-piece drive shaft. So we have 2 different flanges. We're going to need to bolt up this one and then the rear. There are drive shaft carrier bushings. I have upgraded these, so they are now billet aluminum because I don't like to mess around. That's in. Now we need the second half of the drive shaft. I think that's actually a 14. So next, we'll put this drive shaft in, and then we can consider this 6-speed swap officially done. The diff is in, the drive shafts will be in, the 6-speed is in so along with the clutch. We're going to put the axles in. Like I said, we can't do anything with the rear right now because we're going to swap out the wheel bearings and go ahead and fix that issue, and hopefully that'll get taken care of tomorrow. Yeah. And then we'll just bleed the brakes and plug in the wiring harness and we should be good to go. So,
Rock and frickin' roll, dude.
onward and upward. For any of you guys doing this, I gotta say the worst part of this thus far when you go to put the clutch slave cylinder in, make sure that you don't have the starter in. It makes it night and day harder. Just take the starter out. Yeah, that one sucks.
Who gives a shit? You got a 6-speed in your Gc8.
Got a 6-speed and my Gc8.
Okay, so
good.
what all did we do today? How long has it been?
You guys
4.5 hours?
About noon?
Yeah, it's what, 4:30, 5? Fucking pitch black out.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was busy.
Hey, what were you doing, Dave?
I was cleaning a muffler with the towel.
So that means in 5 hours.
And then, I mean, we took a few breaks.
And yeah, that was taking breaks. There was definitely moments that I was eating instead of...
We took some breaks. We did some parts cataloging. We had some cleanup type stuff we had to do. We had some things that clearly fought us like this. That was just my own stubbornness, not taking the starter back out. Would have saved me probably a half hour on that day. Other than that,
I did take a nap on the floor.
Dave took us a nice little soft rest.
We had to make another pot of coffee.
Yeah,
You know,
obviously.
It's been honestly, it's a very easy swap.
Yeah,
Things
very
considered.
much so. The only things left are rear wheel bearings, which if those weren't necessary, that would be done and it would be completely reassembled.
Yep, we'd have the whole back end in. The only thing we don't have really is the bolts for the drive shaft. I have 3 out of 4. I'm not going to put 3 out of 4 in because the ones that I ordered are smaller than the ones that came out. So I need these guys. They're bigger.
Probably.
Where's that?
So,
Yeah.
couple of bolts.
This is something that's very easy. Like, take your time on a weekend and you guys can do this swap.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Obviously, we're not quite done yet, but like I said, we have a few things we have to fix. All in all, this has gone very smooth, very well, and it's been a lot of fun, actually. I haven't started on the wiring harness yet, but that's all plug-and-play stuff. It should go pretty quick, just bang, bang.
We'll probably do a separate video on that.
Yeah, we might do a separate video on that. See that? Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and reverse.
Wow, that's notchy. Damn.
All right. It is beyond cold enough for me to function personally, and nearing the end of the evening, so I think Dave's in the same boat. Mark, of course, is made out of sweaters. So, what all did we get done today? We tore everything out and put everything in.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things that we still haven't gotten completely in yet, like the rear knuckles because of the brake or the wheel bearing issues, which is fine.
And that's just a trip to the press, getting those pressed out, blah, blah, blah. There's some bushings
We'll
that...
get all that swapped out. Be no
Right.
big deal.
And if you want to see that, Mark will post some stuff of that on his Instagram as well.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and post some pictures of the rear brakes and the front brakes and that cool stuff that
Yeah.
we did to make all that stuff happen.
Yeah, so essentially, if you're digging this content specifically, especially, you need to follow him on Instagram, seriously, because he posts about, when these videos come out, he posts about it, you will know. You will know. And then when he starts his own channel down the road, because of all of his rad shit, you'll know. Just get ahead of the curve. Don't be dumb.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Listen to Casey. He's wise.
So
Something like that.
he's going to start messing with the wiring harness and whatnot, but we will show you guys that in a separate video, because when we actually get that done and we can test it, that is when you guys will see it, because that will not be happening tonight.
Hopefully it's solid when we test it.
Right.
Hopefully it will snow when we test it.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. I am going to get some tires. I have some really nice brand new STI wheels that you guys will see. They're the factory 06 STI BBS wheels.
That was in the other video.
Yep, they're in the other video. Go check those out from my walkthrough video. Gc8 posted over here.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. You guys will see that. I got some new center caps for them too, so brand new STI center caps. Not those, those are Spark.
So, thank you guys very much for stopping by, watching us tear up the GC8 and reassemble it with a really gnarly setup so Mark can try and tear up some asphalt at some of the local racetracks. And yeah, this thing's really, really, really coming together.
We're well on our way to doing some cool race car stuff. So stay tuned for the track days. Dave's got his Mustang that we're going to get out on the track again. He's got his STI we're going to take out on the track.
Yep.
So
I'm gonna
racing content.
try and burn down the 85 on track. So, yeah, thanks for stopping by. Go get yourself an older vehicle and tear it apart with your buddies, because it's a blast. Like, it's really, really cold. Like, I'm relatively physically miserable, but this was so much fun. I would not have wanted to spend my Sunday doing anything else. Great fun.
And thank you guys again for helping, Casey and Dave.
Of course.
Couldn't thank you enough.
Yeah.
You know, doing this in a day is it's not super ambitious. We got it done in a few hours, you know, and like I said, we did some breaks and stuff like that. But you know, overall, it's an easy swap. Go get yourself, you know, an Impreza L for $1,500 and get the $6,500 STI swap. You know?
And for under 10 grand, you will have a race car.
Yeah, I tell you what, it only has 330 horsepower to the wheels, but But it's a lot.
It feels like
it feels
so much more than that. But all right, we're gonna wrap this up and get out of here. So thank you guys again. Appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe. Seriously, any questions, we respond to all the comments. It helps with the content as well to push us up further in the algorithm and blah, blah, blah. So thank you. And we'll catch you guys in the next video.
Bye.